Stocks are cheap, but you know what? Interest rates are high. So the question is, should you be putting money into the stock market and buying, or should you be paying down your mortgage? This is a question I've been getting a lot of. Let's go through the considerations. First of all, let's bring some perspective. And by the way, this is not advice in any way, shape, or form. It is for illustrative purposes only. Now, since 2021, interest rates have gone from prime rate of 2.45% to over 7.2% at this recording. That is a change of 4.75 percentage points or 194%. That is a big difference. This is the largest change in the prime lending rate since 1989. And on the actual percentage points in 1989 went up 6 percentage points, but on an actual percentage, the change was much larger. I think it was around 60% in 1989, and like I said, 194% recently. So this chart by wawa.ca shows the relationship there. You can see the very large change and shift in the prime lending rate in Canada. All right, so here's the first consideration. In the US, mortgage interest rate is tax deductible up to $750K. In Canada, it is not. You are using after-tax dollars to pay down your mortgage. So that's consideration number one. Number two, let's bring up a chart showing the long-term historical average rates of returns for various stock markets. You can see US large cap stocks in kind of a reddish brown color and Canadian stocks in green, going back from 1960 all the way up to 2020. Source is shown at the bottom there. You can see that the spread between today's prime lending rate of just over 7.2% and long-term average rates of returns for stocks, it's not that much. Going back 2 years ago, there was like a 6% spread. It was a pretty easy math and a pretty easy decision as to which you should invest in, paying down your mortgage or investing in stocks. Today, the situation is much different. So you really have to be confident that there's excellent opportunity in stocks for you to be putting money towards your investment account versus your mortgage. But there are a few things you also need to consider further. Let's go through them. If you want to make extra payments on your mortgage, that will have immediate savings on the interest rate, but it doesn't generally reduce the monthly payments. So it gives you immediate savings, but it doesn't impact your lifestyle until you renegotiate your mortgage. The second thing to consider is that if the mortgage is relatively large, that's a very different situation than if you have a very small mortgage where rising interest rate environment may have a very little impact on your overall lifestyle. So you want to consider the lifestyle impact of a rising interest rate on your mortgage and how it impacts you personally. You also want to consider if you locked in your mortgage at a really nice low rate, then maybe the impact of a rising interest rate environment is not going to impact you for a couple years out, and perhaps there may be more opportunity in the stock market at the moment. So that's definitely something to consider. And finally, of course, the stress and its toll that it takes on the human body. If rising interest rate environment is stressing you out and is keeping you up at night and you're thinking about your mortgage, stress is a real thing and has a real impact on your body. So you want to very carefully consider and weigh your options with all of those things that I just mentioned in mind. Now remember, the value of experience and advice is priceless. I'm Anna Hilbery. Thank you so much for listening.